This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host, Davion, and I am joined by my boy, Matt.
What's up?
By my boy, Oronde.
Let's get it.
And by my boy, Eli.
You already know.
Brand new face of the podcast, Oronde, Patriots fan. Welcome, man. We are happy to have you here.
Glad to be here. Seems like fun.
Oh, it's gonna get real good real fast after this first trending topic. But yeah, man, hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's New Year's was good and safe. We are now moving into week 18, the last week of the NFL season. So it's a good one to it's almost playoff time, y'all. It is almost playoff time, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good final week. But yeah, man, it's gonna jump right into talking about the trending topics today. First trending topic, probably one of the most trending topic worthy type conversations you'll ever have. Antonio Brown. On Sunday during the game, I think it was 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Antonio Brown stripped off of his jersey, his shirt, and ran to the tunnel after parading down the sideline. What is this, y'all? Meltdown? Dysfunction?
What is it?
He just need help.
See, people are saying it's okay, this is what I kind of hated. You know how, the Vontaze Burfict hit? Like, people kept going back to
Lit
that.
him up,
and I'm
yeah.
like, there's no way. There's
No?
no way. You can't
I
get
think he lost some brain cells.
I think it's too early for him to start losing those brain cells. I feel like that's more of a future injury. But still.
I disagree. I feel like it could be early onset CTE.
Yeah.
It could be. Who knows, though? I mean, he's always been like this. He's always been a hothead. So, I just never thought he would do that, especially with Brady. Literally, he won you a Super Bowl, and you have a chance to go back and win again. So, why mess that up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he had troubles at the Steelers as well, so it's kind of expected for him. But not like that. That was kind of – I ain't going to lie. That was, random.
Yeah. When I look at it, I think AB has now – I mean, I hate to say it, but I think his career is done. If you can't win or stay with Tom Brady, someone who's put their leg out for you twice at two different teams now, then there's no way that you're going to ever be on a football team. There's just no way. I just don't understand how – I mean, time after time we saw at Pittsburgh him having a meltdown with Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger. Him in New England had a meltdown with Robert Kraft and Tom Brady and Belichick. Now him having a meltdown on the sideline during the game in front of all the fans.
The Raiders too.
Oh, forgot about that one.
But the Raiders, I'd blame that on Gruden because I think he was already going to clash with Gruden on top of the fact that it was a real weird offseason for that just to start. And then him saying, I'm free, that just lets you know how difficult it was for him to just even match with everybody else.
Well, I think part of that is because I wouldn't say I wouldn't blame organizations because organizations are the way they are. I mean, it's the NFL. Everything's a very tight-knit organizational thing.
Yep.
But when I look at the whole thing of blaming Gruden or blaming the society that has, I mean, you as an NFL player, you have to know that there's a certain level of respect that you need to have out the gate. And you have to know your place in a way, if that makes sense. And I think AB is that person who doesn't know his place, regardless of any team and any placement.
He wasn't the only one that wanted out at that offseason too.
For sure. I mean, but at that point, you had already got kicked off of two teams now, or one team was it? He already got kicked off because did he go there after New England or before New England?
I think he went after.
It was after.
It was after. Yeah, it was after. It was New England, then he went to Raiders, and then he didn't stay for Raiders, and then he went to Tampa.
That is right. Yes. Yeah, so he already being kicked off of 2 teams. Now you've labeled yourself as a problem. But the big problem is people even overlook that point of you being a problem, and they still committed to you. They still put their foot up for you. They still gave you another chance. You've had 4 chances now, and I think there's no way on this planet that it continues to play in this football league. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I think he ruined his career. I don't think nobody want to pick him up. He just carries too much drama and negativity to teams. So.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think. I mean, you guys. I agree with you guys. There's nothing really he can do. I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. I mean, it's sad to see because he was so good. Like he was like, if he wasn't this crazy, he'd probably be like a top 10 receiver like all time.
He's honestly, he can still be in that conversation, but there's just going to be an asterisk next to it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
cannot deny his production or just raw ability. Just he has a trail of controversy with him.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, he's torched teams and defenses for the past 10 years at least.
Even before he left the game, he had that man lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was on target to like make like $1 million in his incentives, right?
And the thing, and Arians is a player's coach. Like I forgot who
Yeah.
it was, but he put him in an extra snap just so he can get his incentives.
Yeah.
I think that was like 2 years ago.
I think AB just doesn't know his place, and he does too much that he doesn't need to do.
He's just
And
too
now-
high.
Yeah, I mean, and now we've seen what happened. But yeah, moving on from that, Derrick Henry returned today to practice. This is
Boo.
big. This is boo. This is big for the Tennessee Titans, man.
You know why I'm saying that?
Why'd you say that?
My man was on the bench because he was IR the whole season for me on fantasy.
Oh my
Man, that
goodness.
doesn't
Bro,
matter.
I need
I was in the Super Bowl. I could have won. I lost.
There we go.
freaking fantasy. I've lost 9 people to season-ending injuries between 3 teams.
Tragic. That's
That is
terrible.
tragic.
I just won one of my leagues, so not gonna say much about that. But Derrick Henry's back today. Don't know how much. I'm gonna pose the question. How much should they use him this week?
Not a lot.
Nah,
He should get at least 10 or
Yeah,
just about 10 to 15 snaps.
I
Should
completely
not
agree.
should not be workhorse. They still have a decent running back, even though he's not obviously not nearly as good, but he plays the same style, same route running. So
who they
he
even
should
playing?
be fine.
Uh,
They'll be playing the Texans.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't get the ball that much. 10 carries max.
They're in Houston.
10 carries max.
Yeah. Max. No, I think like y'all said, I do think he should be limited. I mean, there's no reason to like risk it for one against Houston. And there's there's so much that you can look forward to if you have him back to decent health going into the playoffs. I mean, right now they have a first round bye. So a win this week would cement them that first round bye, and they will have another week for Derrick Henry to be rested.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following week, he can really get his production up during practice and stuff. So it'd be good to see him get back and get those legs on their hand.
But also,
right.
if with him coming back, I feel like if they at least get past like into the championships, Vrabel should be coach of the year conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is you can't award that in the playoffs, in the postseason. I think he should be a coach of the year candidate, though, like 100%. But do they usually like base it off of like playoff performance as well? Or is it just like regular season?
They can take it into account, especially if you're
Yeah.
if you have the momentum into the playoffs, they'll take that into account.
Okay.
What coach are we talking about?
Tennessee Titans head coach.
Tennessee's.
Oh yeah,
Mike.
Mike.
Mike Vrabel.
I said that to you though, Davion. I said he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. I mean, I've seen, like I said last week, I think I said this last week, their defense this season has been better than people would have thought. And I think that alone should.
Their run defense is better, but their pass defense leaves much to be desired.
Oh yeah, I mean they got
Mhm.
not much to deal with,
Agreed.
but I mean they've limited some really good offenses this season, and so as you can do that, you're doing your job a little bit.
Davion.
Yes. Anyway, anything else y'all wanna on the trending topics y'all wanna hit on?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's really anything else at the moment.
I think that's where the fun starts. First game of the week, Eagles versus the Washington football team. Eagles with this big win secured their spot in the playoffs. How are their playoffs going to be?
It's going to go through Texas, so
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't really have much hope for them. If they can keep their running game solid and Jalen plays problem free, they should do just fine because Dak is not cutting it right now.
Yeah.
Even against Washington though, they only converted a third of their third downs.
Yeah, they didn't play well.
They went 4 of 12, I believe, and 3 or 4 on fourth down. But sloppy first half. Jalen came back and played consistent in the second half. Still let it be close though.
I mean, they only got 13 points going into the fourth. I mean, in the second half. Listen, this football team is a team that if I'm in there, if you're in their division, you should be afraid of. But if you're not, I think this is a beatable football team.
They just play power running and time of possession, and even then they didn't do that good of a job against a not good football team.
Yeah,
in the Washington football team.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a question. Does this playoff berth cement Jalen Hurts as their starter or their future quarterback?
No.
Why?
Simply because it's just not enough. That would have been
That's
said
true.
the same. That would have been said the same thing for Heineke and him pulling off his heroics last year.
But they got him to start. They got him to start next. No,
but he's not the future of the franchise.
Yeah, he's not the future.
Yeah, and he didn't
And
have
the only reason he's starter is because Fitzpatrick is hurt. Bless his heart.
True. That is true. Ryan would have started now.
Love me some Fitz magic.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
I appreciate his bridge quarterback capabilities and him doing a lot of late game heroics, even for the Dolphins, even though it cost us, position last season, but we're not going to talk about that.
He's a very interesting quarterback for me because he could be so good some weeks, but he can be so bad other weeks. He's just not consistent enough for me to be a starting quarterback. Not taking this away from his career or anything. I think he's absolutely amazing. I think
he's a career backup, but he's a damn good backup.
Yeah. So where does the Eagles go from here? Do they go draft picks for a quarterback next year? Do they go?
There's no good quarterbacks in the draft next year.
There's not a lot of good ones.
But I mean, if y'all say he's not the future, what do they look to?
He can play for another year.
Okay.
With some of the draft capital that they have, so
you got to give him more. Yeah, obviously you got to give him more time. And if for some reason he has an MVP year next year, then you keep him. But it's probably not, especially with the team he has. So I feel like they'll get damn, that's hard. I don't even know what they need.
Us Eagles gonna keep them, and the reason why I said that I don't really keep up with the Eagles, but one of my coworkers, he's an Eagles fan, and I was talking to him about it on are they gonna get rid of Jalen Hurts or keep him? And he said he feel like that the best thing Eagles should do is keep him just for a couple more years because drafting a QB like y'all just said is no good QBs this draft. So what they pretty much going to do is just keep Jalen Hurts and probably work around him on trying to figure out the pieces he need to help him out more.
Also, they have
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew, which they can use for draft capital. And
Yeah.
at the moment, the Eagles are sitting on, if I'm not mistaken,
Three
three firsts, 1
Yep.
second, 1/3, 1/4.
They're about to have some fun.
I'm waiting for this to load. There we go. 3 5th rounds, 1 6th round, and 1 7th round. Or no, they don't have a 7th round. They traded it to the Colts.
Yeah, because wasn't that for the Carson Wentz?
Trade.
Yeah, and prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I think Eagles, just to submit the Eagles, they went into Washington. Well, not into Washington. Washington. Well, yeah, it went to Washington and they did their jobs and they knew what they needed to do. And I think that this Washington football team, they just had a terrible season when it came to injuries, to COVID. Of course, everyone did, but it just didn't work out. I mean, they started off cold, then they started in the middle of the season. They got really hot, and they cooled right back off, going in late. And I think their season is obviously a reflection of that. So hopefully they can work on this offseason to fix that. But yeah, I think the Eagles, if they have to play Dallas, they will beat Dallas.
If Dallas keeps doing what they're doing, because they wet the bed against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals haven't been playing well.
Yeah, but the Cardinals are like good though. They're like better.
The Cardinals are good,
Really
but also
obviously.
they just haven't played well the past 5-6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so last week on the podcast, I do remember myself saying this line, and the reason I'm going to repeat it because it was so good. I said that if the beat Dallas, two things are going to happen. It's gonna show that Dallas isn't the team that everyone thought they were, and it's gonna, for two, show that the Cardinals shouldn't be underrated, even with such a, I wouldn't say terrible like performance like this past couple weeks, but they just haven't been the Cardinals of young. But it did show that they still want to play good football and they still have the heart to play good football.
They're also still pretty injured.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're losing your number one pass rusher, your number one receiver. Those two automatically just isn't good for anybody.
Yeah, but the thing I don't understand is like it's not like okay, D-Hop is half of the offense, but it's not like they have AJ Green, Christian Kerr, James Conner, but I think he's out. But
he's back this week. He was out for COVID.
Chase Edmonds, like all these other players they have to back up D-Hop, I don't understand why they still play bad.
I think it's the coaching.
I don't want to blame Cliff Kingsbury.
He said this all season. I don't want to blame
Cliff Kingsbury yet.
I mean, they were so hot, and then they just had a complete meltdown. So, like, I don't get – and, like, they did this last year, too. They were good at the start, and then they had a meltdown. They're still good, obviously, but, like, they're just underperforming. So
yeah. They're not going to make it far if they keep playing like this.
Also, shout out Nick Sirianni with the Eagles for even getting him this far.
Yeah.
Because on paper, that roster is doo-doo.
Yeah, it is. They beat the Saints. I know that. Pain and stuff. All right, Saints. All right, let's move on.
I got somebody to criticize the Saints.
We don't need this right now. Moving on to the next game. It is the Rams and the Ravens. This is
a weird one.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like if they had Lamar, they would have won.
Nah, I don't agree.
No, I disagree.
What did you just say?
If they had Lamar, they would have won.
No.
Well, no. Let me say this: that last play on I forgot their quarterback name. What's his name? Taylor.
Hi.
Are you talking about Josh Huntley? Or not Josh Huntley?
Huntley. Tyler, right?
Tyler Huntley.
Huntley.
Mixed it
the
with Josh
last
Johnson.
play he did, and he missed the opportunity on passing to Mark Andrews. Just disappointed.
He also slipped.
That too.
Yeah.
He could have got that touchdown, won it for them, but things happen. So
I don't think they would have. I still don't think
Davion.
they would have scored there.
Davion Odell. You saw him, right? I know you saw that, man. You a hater.
Would
You
you?
don't like
So
Odell.
what's your opinion on Odell?
I haven't even commented on Odell yet, and I'm already a hater. Let me say what I want to say before you call me a hater.
Because you are Odell.
Okay. Let me say what I want to say about him. I hate to say it. OBJ has been a legitimate factor for the Rams. A game changer on third down and in goal line formations. He has opened their offense a lot because he just adds another weapon that defense need to be afraid of.
Another star.
At the cost of Robert Woods, but he's
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
He's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll resign OBJ?
Yes.
They should.
I
They
think
have
it'll
to.
be a 2-year, probably $30 million deal. They have limited cap space, but with the way that contracts are being structured right now, I believe it is doable.
Yeah.
How far do we think the Rams can actually go?
They
Super
can
Bowl.
They can make it.
they can go all the way. Now, there's two things that's going to have to happen though. One, they're going to have to get past the red hot Packers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And two, Stafford cannot be a complete liability.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, he threw 2 picks this game, which isn't good
And-
for them whatsoever.
But then again, the Ravens are hot dog water. How did you lose to the Browns and he threw 4 picks?
Well, I mean, and that's a problem. Like, I mean, he threw 2 picks against this Ravens team, who's honestly they have the worst luck of the
Most
season.
banged up team this year.
Losing all of your running backs before the season even kicks off. It's like it's not much as you can do about that.
One of them I drafted, by the way.
Oh, oh, pain. But I do think like this game showed that the Ravens, even through all the crap that they've been through, they're still a good football team.
2 things about the Ravens. One, Harbaugh built them for Lamar, and Josh
Yeah.
Huntley's a discount Lamar, so it fit
Tyler.
for the time being.
Tyler, where you keep getting Josh from?
Who is Josh
Josh
Huntley?
Johnson. I was
It
thinking
was
of Josh
Josh
Johnson.
Oh,
Johnson.
yes.
Third
Oh,
Yeah, that's the third
Josh
stringer.
Johnson.
Anyways, and the other thing is another team that just happened to be ravaged by injuries real early.
Yeah.
And could not recover from it, which is funny because they had I think the 3rd or 4th most roster moves this season and most additions behind the Titans, who had, I think, 83 players on the roster this season.
Jeez. COVID and injuries have been ruthless. Absolutely ruthless
Which,
for these teams.
again, boasts Mike Vrabel's Coach of the Year candidacy because he managed to do all that and get to number 1 seed
Yeah.
with the help of the Bengals. But that's another conversation.
Love me some Bengals. But
Love me some Bengals.
But yeah, listen,
Oh.
I do think the Rams can go far. Like we all said, I think Stafford is a guy that is, to me, is like one of the biggest question marks because he's never been under that pressure in the playoffs much. He's probably made it once or twice. And honestly, we just don't know what this team is going to do. Listen, I think I think it should be a very exciting time to see the Rams be good because I think we all know what type of head coach Sean McVay is. Why do I keep forgetting? I think we all know that he is so good and so smart at what he does, and so it's just a matter of him keeping his quarterbacks accountable. Not accountable, but him keeping his quarterbacks, stable and afloat without throwing picks as well. Anything else y'all got on that team? On that game?
I don't think so.
Aside from Ramsey getting to a little tussle with Rapp.
Oh,
Was he not trying to punch the ball out though, or was that? Do you think that was just blatantly punching him?
Might have been a little bit of both.
Ramsey or OBJ?
Ramsey.
I said.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about OBJ.
Yeah,
Okay,
OBJ got a nice punch. You saw that punch, Matt?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
nice
he was
punch
just going
there.
for the ball though, trying to go for the ball.
Yeah, he was. He
Completely
100% was. It just didn't look too
That's
good
just
on
a
that.
That
football
Randy
play.
one was bad, though. I don't know what he was doing.
I didn't see that one. Oh. Well, yeah, I'm gonna move on. Talk about Tampa Bay and the Jets and New York Jets. This game was kind of weird. I think the Jets are the biggest con artists in the world. When you're up big against Tom Brady, you have to win that football game. He's beating
But
y'all.
it's the Jets organization we're
But
talking
he's beating
about
y'all
here.
year after year after year, and
He's
you
on a
couldn't.
9-game win streak, and he's 30-7 against the Jets.
That is true. I mean,
Absolute con.
I think I forgot the YouTuber I listened to, but I think he said it best. Just like Rodgers, Brady could take a stake in New York,
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Great.
Let's see. I mean, I don't really know what else for this
There,
game.
other than that, Robert Saleh, probably his best coaching performance of the season. They did pretty nice. They just couldn't close it out. I don't agree with the call of a QB sneak against Vita Vea from 2 yards out.
Yeah.
I think they could have ran, I don't know, a jet sweep or a fullback dive or something else, something to the outside, just not up the middle.
Yeah. They'll be
But-
way better though next year with the draft picks they got.
Yeah,
And
plenty.
Wilson played well. Wilson shows a lot of promise. He shows a hell of a lot of promise.
I mean, I like the kid, but
Get
Well,
him
no.
an O-line.
that and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
no,
And
no.
I mean, like y'all have been telling me all season, is to stop trashing these rookie quarterbacks. So I'm not gonna trash him this bad today.
I think he had a grade of a 60. No, I think like a upper 60s from the PFF. Pro
Oh,
Football Focus.
It should be a little bit more than that. I mean, he's 19 for 33, 234, one tub. Wasn't terrible. I mean, he played a decent game.
I think the quarterback will allow you to trash is Trevor.
Oh, y'all know he's coming. It's coming. Relax.
That's coming.
Yeah. I mean, we all know how I feel about that.
Free
guy.
Trevor, by the way. Free Trevor.
Free Trevor. Listen, I do think that they're gonna have a lot of fun in this offseason. I hope that they handle it well, and those execs and those presidents can really like use those draft picks to the best of their abilities, because I mean this team needs a lot of help in the O-line. This team needs a lot of help on offense and defense. But yeah, man, I do think the Jets should have won this game. But this game being so close, is that a question mark for Tampa Bay?
No,
And them,
they've
and
just
them
been
losing
having.
Antonio Brown, is that a question mark as well?
No.
Well, they get Evans back. He's going to be more healthy. They have this undrafted feel good story in Cyrus Jones. I already forgot how to pronounce his name, or Cyril Grayson. Anyways,
Is Scotty Miller hurt?
Scotty Miller is just not haven't been used. I think he got hurt early, and they just haven't used him much. But he's still getting snaps, just not getting the ball his way. But in typical Brady fashion, starts slow, then picks it up, slowly picks away at a lead.
Yeah, he does.
The defense, you can't even say like a top 10 defense, because they started hot, got hurt, never recovered.
Yeah.
Story of the year. But can't count out Brady like ever. So, yeah.
I do think it's crazy to see Brady throwing the ball 50 times a game.
I don't.
I mean, is that just me, or is that like crazy to y'all? Like, he is, what is he, 40, what? How old is he?
He is 44.
42, 44.
Old. He's old for the NFL, and he's throwing the ball 50 times. Like, ooh, that's crazy to me. I do you think he's close to that point to like not wanting to deal with the crap anymore, like the AB situation or the defense being bad? I think if they go out,
he wants to support AB.
We all know this public stuff. That's all.
But
crap.
we should know it out on a compassionate level, because he, like you said earlier, invited him into his home twice.
Brady is literally
him
running
out.
the team. Like, screw the GM, screw the coaching. It's
we all
literally
know
Brady
that.
running the team.
Oh, that's Brady team. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, that's obvious.
Brady and Braun just GM, owner, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Brady and Bron. Yeah, you got a point. I mean, I don't think they go far in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I don't.
They're definitely
They're gonna win a couple games because it's Brady.
They're
definitely more vulnerable than last season. Last season, they won everything on the road. It's just like we're going to come into your house and send you home. We're just it's ours now.
Yep. Towards the end, they was playing good. Towards the end this year, haven't been looking too good for them.
I mean, they will play either the Saints or the Eagles or the 49ers.
And they'll win all those.
So it'd be funny if they lose to the Saints because
I mean, I'm saying
I feel like
if they play the Saints again, we will win.
He still has yet to beat Saints post breed.
But
but it's the playoffs. It's a different.
Yeah, he
How
will
about the
start
playoffs?
behind in the playoffs.
yeah. I feel like if the 49ers, if they play the 49ers, I feel like the 49ers might have a chance.
If Garoppolo doesn't play like doo-doo.
Or Trey Lance.
Then again, I don't know because that secondary in 49ers, I don't know. I think, Brady might dart them up, so never mind.
Also, Fournette might be coming back. He was he was
back.
spotted in practice today.
Oh, I mean, that's a big addition for Brady.
Was injured.
I know that's a big addition for Brady. I know he's really missed a sustainable running back.
They weren't even using Ronald Jones last week. He only went 4 for 47.
That's why Brady's on the ball 50 times. Ridiculous.
Four rushes for 47 yards. That's what I'm saying.
Ridiculous. But yeah, let's move on to talk about the Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. I think this is the biggest shock for me.
Dolphins got humbled.
Yes.
Well, Dolphins had one of the easiest back end of schedules outside of two other teams.
All right, they played the Saints. Relax.
No, they played some pretty bad
And you
teams.
saw what
They
happened.
played other bad teams outside of the Saints.
Thank you.
Saw what happened to the Saints.
Okay, so I think I mean, let's be real. I mean, I get that they played some terrible teams out the back half of the schedule, but a 7-game win streak is still a 7-game win streak. I think this just showed how dominant Tennessee is as a football team. To go in and to cool down a very hot Dolphins team. I mean, for them to only score 3 points, that's drastic to me. I think. I mean, I do think that like the Dolphins' run defense just was gone this entire game. Tua didn't have a terrible game. I mean, he went
Tua
30.
Tua turned the ball over.
That was terrible.
He turned the ball. He threw one pick for what I see anyway.
And
He went 47%.
fumbled.
He had 18 for 38. That's pretty bad.
I was gonna say it's a third. Yeah, a third of what he needed anyway. That Freeman guy, the running back for Tennessee, though. I mean, he's had 26 carries, 132 yards, 1 tub. I mean, if they can get that going for him every game, that's Derrick Henry numbers.
Learn how to pronounce names is Foreman.
Is it really?
And yeah, it's Foreman.
Yeah.
I promise. So in my notes, I typed down Freeman. So I apologize because I was reading my notes where I misspelled or misgot the name.
Also on the topic of Titans running backs, if or when Derrick Henry returns to form in the playoffs, they should use Foreman and Henry as similarly as AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones and
Thank you.
Green
Somebody
Bay.
out. Thank you. Nobody never points them out.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So I think I don't think they should do it. I don't think they should run them as they run AJ Dillon and the other kid's name.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. I think they should run them the same exact way. Like you want to do a power run and then you have to switch it up because your power back is now out. I think you can use them as the same exact back. Because he showed glimpses of Derrick Henry a lot. And so he will be a difference maker for sure for them in the playoffs. And I think they should and will use him even if Derrick Henry comes back. A powerful running offense shows that like you don't need your quarterback to throw the ball 50 times like Tom Brady. Ryan's Tannehill threw the ball 18 times and was 120 yards for 3 touchdowns.
Well,
And
Tannehill is a glorified game manager, but he does his job
Yes.
well. So
He does his job really well. But listen, I do like Tennessee. I think if they can really establish that run in the playoffs, coming off that first round bye as well, like they can really do some damage, man.
It'll be interesting.
What are Dolphins looking for this offseason?
do they have confidence in Tua? That's all they have to figure out.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
QB.
Tua. That's really it. Is Tua
And
then-
QB.
Again,
Well, yeah,
that's
but
what
it's
that's
like-
that's off confidence in Tua. Do they feel
Yeah.
like they want to waste? I won't say waste, but use their draft capital on linemen and give Tua more time to not fuck it up.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, I think Tua. This might just me being biased about Alabama, but I think coming out of college, I didn't really like Tua.
I didn't either.
I think he was a little overhyped. Does this mean he's like a below average quarterback? No, I think he's right on average of being an NFL quarterback. I think they need to start fully like getting themselves like I think the Dolphins need to find their identity because I think there's too many things that they're trying to be good at, yet they are struggling to do it. I mean, they are struggling in the past some weeks. They're struggling in the run some weeks. Their defense is having weeks that aren't good. They're just such an inconsistent team when it comes to their abilities to play good football. And so I think if they fix that, then they'll be a little bit better. But until that happens, I think they're going to be an 8-9 team.
I have no input on the Dolphins. I don't keep up with them enough.
They're in your division.
Yeah,
You have
I know.
no idea. So disappointed.
Honestly, I don't pay attention to them enough outside of like
Game day.
pretty much.
I get it. But yeah, man, that's about it for that game. Moving on, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New England Patriots.
Go ahead, Trevor.
A predicted massacre.
Do I get to have some fun with Trevor Lawrence today, or do I?
Go ahead, Trevor.
Man.
I'm not gonna drag him today. I'm not gonna be too mean. I'm gonna say one thing and I'll be done. I think Trevor Lawrence. Bill Belichick just earlier in the week last week, he was like giving praise to Trevor Lawrence. And then Trevor went 50%, 193, 1 tub, 3 interceptions.
First touchdown since Thanksgiving.
Are you serious?
Yeah. First touchdown.
Yeah.
First passing touchdown for Trevor since Thanksgiving.
Yep, he haven't thrown a touchdown the past 3 games.
Has to be more than that.
It's
5 at least.
five games, I think.
Mac Jones. Though.
Either way, 176 consecutive pass attempts without a tutty.
That's
And
bad.
let's look across the street to his counterpart, Mac Jones, who will probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Even though Jamar Chase is really high up for that as well.
Jamar Chase will probably get that, but yeah.
I would
In the
hope so.
conversation.
It's gonna be close. But yeah, listen. Mac Jones looked phenomenal after having a really bad week last week. 22 for 30, 227, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's all you can want.
And sat out all of the fourth quarter.
The entire fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brian Hoyer came in through another tutty.
I mean, listen, this New England team. I mean, granted, let's put the default claimer in here right now. It is against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It is against the Jaguars.
But they still look like a really complete offense, which is something we haven't seen in a couple weeks. I like the Patriots right now. I think that they can do more than people want, like more than people understand. I think they are a team that should be feared. I think they are a team that you should watch out for because of how good of a head coach Bill Belichick is. There's an absolute domination from the start. Offense and defense play perfect. Yeah, it just shows what good coaching does to a team.
For in reference to Mr. Lawrence, Urban Meyer screwed some things up for him.
Yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just-
say, do we blame the coaching staff for Trevor Lawrence's bad performance or not?
Yes.
We can't just blame them for his bad performance. They gave him a game plan. He didn't execute it well. But as far as development goes, I would put part of that on the coaching staff.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
I mean, it's his first year, and he has nothing really.
Even
Besides James Robinson, and he's not even going to play next
Yeah.
year probably.
and
Yeah.
even with that, while I was watching the game, I was talking to one of my friends. I was like, "Dude, free Trevor."
Is it
That
me?
man is suffering.
Is it me or he's kind of smaller, like for a head coach? I mean, not head coach, for a quarterback. Not in height,
No, he-
but just
he's
in
like
size.
No. I mean,
He just
have you
looks
seen
scrawny, but he's
Tannehill?
huge.
I know, but Tannehill's not. Now he's kind of scrawny though. Trevor is.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's about the same
but
size
he's
as
like 6'6",
Tannehill.
so it's like, why does that matter?
I'm not saying it matters. I'm just.
Oh,
I
that's
was just.
skinny.
I was
Bro,
just.
and one of his early season rushing touchdowns, bro was just leaning over the goal line. I'm just like, dude is tall as hell. Where did this? I didn't even realize
Yeah.
this when he was.
Well,
in
I knew he was
Clemson.
tall. He just to me on the football field, he just looks a little smaller, like a little skinnier. That's all I was trying to point out.
Maybe he beefs up over the offseason. Maybe.
Maybe he gets a better strength coach because the one
Maybe
that
throws the
Urban
ball
brought
better.
with him probably leaves. Oh, speaking of the Jaguars, while we're on the topic, so have y'all heard about their fan base? What they're planning?
They're
No.
gonna dress up as clowns to make fun of management.
Are you
Yep.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of
That's
Jaguars
amazing.
fans are changing their profile pictures to clown emojis and putting Shad Khan's mustache over it.
That's funny.
That's too funny.
I mean, listen,
I'm black them.
that's like the Saints with the bags back in the 80s and 90s. We were just
But
bad.
it's like the Jags have always been awful.
Yeah, they have.
They had a fluke year in 2018.
With Blake Bortles, right?
They almost beat the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Wow. What a
That's
time.
true.
Stephon Gilmore was one short pass breakup away from us losing,
Yeah.
which is crazy to think about considering where they are now.
Listen, I think they have some potential, like with just because they had the first round pick again this season, don't they?
They are.
Yeah, they do.
They're
No,
leading. They're leading,
game.
and then it's
And
Giants.
it's Detroit. No, it's
Oh,
Detroit.
wait, Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that bad one too. Jeez.
At
Yeah.
one point, the 4 of the top 10 picks belonged to New York teams.
Yes, it was nuts.
Here, I'll
Looking
look
at
it
that.
up. Right
I
now,
mean,
it's
Giants-
Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, Jets,
Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, Jets.
Giants, Panthers, Jets again, Giants
Where's
again.
Panthers at? Where's Carolina?
They're at 6.
6.
Way. Yeah, they have
So
together
I'm
this
praying
season,
the
man.
Giants win and the Panthers lose.
Well, your Panthers do play my Saints, so we'll see. No, y'all play the Falcons. No, we play the Falcons this week.
We play the Bucks, so we're gonna lose. Thank God.
The Bucks.
Yeah, the Panthers play the Bucks.
Panthers play Bucks.
Well,
Who do the
we're gonna
Giants
jump
play?
to the Raiders and Colts while Matt looks for who the Giants have to play next week. This game was one of the better games of the week. I think the Colts completely lost it. They spiraled really fast, and I think this shows how resilient the Raiders are, how hardworking the Raiders are, how much they really want, how much they are really showing that this is a football team, and we don't give up easily. I mean, after all the crap that they've been through this season, and they have now won against a good coach team, it's good to see, man.
Raiders was definitely in the mud.
Yeah,
Mud
they
is
were.
an understatement.
I mean, and now for
They
them
had
to
another
be.
person go to.
I saw that.
He didn't
A
get
rookie.
arrested, but yes, Mr. Hobbs charged with DOI.
Another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Immediate-
God, Raiders
just-
can't catch a break.
So
I
so like I mentioned earlier, the Chargers playoff stuff. So with their win, with the Raiders win, they're setting up at least one win and end game.
Yeah. So basically, I think Jacksonville has to beat the Colts, and then
That's not happening.
then it's 2
But-
win and end games.
yeah. So it's like
The
So, yeah,
Colts have
it's
yet to
so-
beat the
it's
Colts
so
have yet to
close.
beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville too. That's the
Yeah.
funny part.
It's so close. So if the Jaguars beat the Colts and between Raiders
so if the Chargers and the Raiders tie, then they're both in the playoffs.
okay. So if they
And
tie,
they play each other.
okay. Because I'm about to say the AFC is kind of confusing.
The AFC is so much
Closer
tighter
than
than the NFC, which
That's for sure.
at the beginning of the season, I was like, the NFC is
Even the
I
Steelers
say
in it,
beginning
right?
of the season. Steelers are basically eliminated. It's going to have to take a lot of scenarios. I can pull it up right now. Let me grab it for you.
Okay. So I think everyone knows I have been
So
on
they
the
said it in the hunt. So the Chargers, Raiders, Steelers, and Ravens are in the hunt.
yes. I think the Ravens are in the mud. I think the Steelers
Oh,
are
Ravens
in the
not
mud.
making it this year.
I think it's generally between the Chargers and the
Chargers.
Raiders.
Yep.
I think that's going to be one of the, and I'm expecting one of the better football games of this season.
So
there's two teams who really want this final playoff spot,
The
and a win can do it.
the most probable scenario or basically the only scenario for the Steelers is Steelers have to win out.
Who they
Colts
play?
have to lose. I think
I'll look.
I've already forgot who they're playing next.
Ravens.
Of
They're
course.
playing Baltimore.
So Steelers have to beat the Ravens. The Colts have to lose, and the Chargers or Raiders.
Oh.
So
Oh yeah, they're not making it. Never mind.
So
One of them have to lose?
the Colts have to lose. Yeah, the Colts have to lose.
and a Chargers or Raiders win.
That's so stupid. Yeah, what?
Mhm.
As long as their game doesn't end in a tie, that'll put all of them at 9-7-1. The
Yeah, they
Colts
lost.
will be in with the wins over Browns and Ravens, coupled with the Colts loss.
Yeah, they lost. That's why Big Ben was crying.
Also, Baker Mayfield is shut down for the rest of the season.
I saw he had surgery on his
Yeah,
shoulder.
he just got
the
surgery.
other day.
He need to leave. I'm sick of Baker.
Man,
It's-
that game's coming up. Hold on, that game's coming up.
I'm sick of him.
So Raiders and Colts, are these two teams playoff contenders? Like, can they
Yes.
make some noise in the playoffs?
Colts more so than Raiders, in my
Thank
opinion.
you. Oh, Davion, so what happened? You know, you was against the Colts. Me and Matt kept saying the Colts got a chance. Now
Why
look.
did I say that?
No, now look.
I did. I didn't say that. I said no. Only reason I
You
said
said
that
they
because-
wasn't gonna.
Well, at the time of recording, Carson Wentz was out. I mean, they just lost as well. What are you talking about? They just lost.
The Colts are still
That's
a
true,
sneaky
that's a
team.
bad loss.
Exactly.
The Colts are still a sneaky team.
I mean, they just lost to the Raiders. What are you
It was a
talking
close-
about?
It's also Mr. Carl Wentz out there, so he's a wild card by himself
Mm-hmm.
with all the heroics he likes to pull off. If
And
they
he-
just sit behind Mr. Taylor, who is honestly should be higher in MVP odds,
I think so too.
He should probably win it.
it'll probably go to Mr. Rogers, but that's
I
again.
hope not. Like, there's just no reason.
He's forcing MVP voters' hands.
I
Also,
see.
did you hear about the reporter?
Oh
Which-
yeah, he called him like
He called him the biggest jerk, and then Rogers was like, "You're a bum."
Rogers called a man a bum.
Yeah.
There you go, Rogers.
because of the whole COVID
So
thing.
so
and it's
Rogers was like, "It's probably because
confusing.
I'm unvaccinated," and he ended it with, "You're a bum."
Yeah, that's my man.
Okay. We're not even gonna do this today. We're not. Rogers is a bum.
Oh
That's why
my god!
none of his
Better than
family,
your QB.
none of his family likes him. None of it.
Better than your QB.
I bet you my QB
He
is
probably have a
loved
reason
by
why his family
my
don't
QB
like
is
him.
loved by many. Remember that.
Probably money problems. Why
I
his
hate
family don't
Taysom
like
Hill.
him.
No, my QB is being Drew Brees, not Taysom Hill. Shh.
Your
I don't
your
want to bring
QB's
heat.
retired.
Hey.
Yeah,
it
he's
doesn't
still
matter.
he's still mine, isn't he?
He's retired though.
I'm
That's
just
like saying I have to claim Brady. Your
No,
boy's
he's
Or
gone.
still
Peyton
playing.
Manning.
I would never claim Brady.
Listen,
Why?
I'm just saying.
I'm a Brady fan, but I'm not going to claim him as my QB. He's on another team.
My players, whatever, irrelevant.
And we know
We're not doing this. I'm not doing this with you today. But yeah, I think that Sunday night game is going to be one of a close one between the Chargers and the Raiders. I think Chargers will come out on top of. Yes, moving on to the next game, we're gonna go and talk about who is this? The Bengals and the Chiefs.
Hell of a game. Hell of a game.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
Yep.
I've been cheering for the Bengals all season.
that's all I watch.
Big Joe Burrow fan. Big Joe Burrow fan.
Yeah, Joe Burrow showed up.
And their kicker. That's a side story, but I
Took them long
cheering
enough.
for
But didn't Joe
Cincinnati.
get out? Didn't he get injured at the end?
Burrow did sit out the rest of the game after probably after small stinger or just like tweaking his knee. It's nothing serious though.
He'll be out this week as well. They gotta rest him.
He's resting.
Yeah.
Who the Bengals play?
Nobody irrelevant.
I mean, they're in the playoffs
Browns.
anyways.
I know they're in
Browns.
the
They play the
yeah.
Browns.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So no Burrow, no Mayfield. Boring game. Not
He
watching.
get that.
No Mixon as well.
Oh yeah, no Mixon.
COVID.
Out with Corona Chan.
Yeah, that's a boring game.
First Bengals game I won't watch all season.
Okay, I have a question. Hold on. I know we're kind of off topic.
Yeah, always.
So
That's fine.
Oronde, do you like Herbert or Burrow more?
Oh no!
So
Don't do this to me.
at the beginning, I was like, I would cheer for Herbert more often than Burrow, but off of attitude alone, Burrow just reeled me back in.
Oh,
If
he
we're
actually
going off of pure
Shaggy?
talent, if we're going off of like raw ability, it'd probably go to Herbert. But Burrow is just a complete package in the franchise QB.
Well, he asked you that because we have, a fan base, a fanboy that's love Herbert. Go ahead.
He's a great quarterback.
I like Herbert too. I think they're both good as hell, but like I would slightly give Herbert, but it's not like I completely love Herbert over Burrow. Like I think they're pretty equul. So it's like
They're relatively even. Just Herbert has the stronger arm.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
No.
What's your opinion on that, Davion? You
So-
love Herbert, but you also like Joe Burrow. So
I really like Justin
Joe
Herbert,
Burrow.
but I also really like Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is a very complete quarterback, just like Justin Herbert. I think right now, Burrow has more of a complete team around him than Justin Herbert does. So I think that's why the needle is in his favor right now. I think if you put Herbert on, I think if you switched him on teams, I think it's the same exact thing for both teams. I think they're so much alike and they're so much similar that they're damn near equal. Which I mean, there is a good football team, both good football players, both of them. It's hard to pick a favorite, man. I do really like Justin Herbert just because
not the Herbert bandwagon.
Huh? What'd you say?
Not the Herbert bandwagon.
I mean, I fell in love with Justin Herbert last season whenever he dotted the Saints up on Monday Night Football. He put 35 on the Saints that night. And that's when I knew that he was a really good quarterback at that moment. But Burrow, he has glimpses of big arm, very smart, and very talented football player. So I think they both are pretty much equal, and I really do like both of those teams. Bengals showed up this game, even though they had not a slow start, but they went down at half, down 2 scores. I think they came back out and they showed that they wanted to beat this Kansas City Chiefs, and they showed that they wanted to put their name, in lights in this in the AFC. I think the Chiefs came out cold, and they just didn't they didn't get back going. And and I've noticed something over the past couple of weeks with the Chiefs. Their offense is starting to get figured out, and look really. It looks like they're having a hard time scoring. Yes, they just put 31 on the Bengals, but the likes of Tyreek isn't having big games. The likes of
Kelsey.
And
Kelsey's not having a big game. The likes of Pringle not having a big game. I mean, Hardman had one catch for 54 yards. Like, I mean, their offense is so looks like it's limited to like their pass offense is
predictable.
limited.
It's
Yes.
predictable.
you're still looking for big shots, but it was interesting to see that the Chiefs were only 3.5-point favorites going into that game as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a good spread.
That's a good spread.
Because
I was like, there's no way the Chiefs win this anyways, regardless of the spread.
Do you think they shouldn't have had the spread?
I think Bengals should have been favored,
Mm,
especially dropping damn near 600 yards on the Ravens.
yeah.
That's fair.
Good point. Actually, really good point.
That Chase Burrow connection is just
That's Chase
Chef's
Burrow
kiss.
and that Chase Higgins connection is just
And
inseparable.
people were trashing the Bengals for drafting.
Of course they were. I mean, he put 266 with 3 touchdowns on the
I
Chiefs.
thought it
Also-
was a good pick.
also I initially when they were drafting, I was like, yeah, they're going to get Chase, but they could still also thrive with Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
He's doing great things in Detroit, despite the team
Yes.
being the team. But either that the draft pick would have been good either way.
I mean, did y'all hear what I just
Honestly.
said? Burrow just threw for another 446 yards.
Yeah,
And
I-
Chase just had another 200. This doesn't happen much. 266 yards as a receiver does not happen much. And he's had, I think 200-yard games this season already? Has it been
Yeah.
2?
I think it's 3.
them two there are duo for sure.
I mean, I think we need to really,
This
pay
is rookie
attention.
year too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is rookie year.
God.
He's
He's had
setting
2.
he's setting
Oh.
records,
Yep.
franchise and
NFL.
NFL records.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but okay, here's a quick question before we close off on the Bengals and the Chiefs. What team, all right, 2 questions. What team has the ability to go farther, and who's our favorites coming out of these 2 teams?
The
Between the
Bengals
Bengals
are
and
the
Chiefs?
more complete team
Yes.
to me.
I would say Bengals as well. Chiefs, they making it, but I don't think they're going to make it that far. I
The
think.
Chiefs brought their defense back to life mid-season and was
Yep.
playing really well, holding teams to under 13 points, and then they started hemorrhaging and losing their form. Eric Bieniemy needs to get his squad under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what Davion was saying earlier, the offense hasn't been kicking in as well. Like they barely been,
They
scoring
they're
that how they
very
used to.
inconsistent right now.
Yes.
Also,
So,
with Holmes, he has had time to throw, but he has been top
This is O-line.
10 pressured too.
yeah, his O-line is bad.
Like every season, but he still produces regardless of that pressure. I would say I like the Bengals, but I would also say you can't give up on the Chiefs. I mean, we've seen
You
what
can't
they
give
have.
up on the Chiefs, but Burrow is doing this with the 29th ranked O-line.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
He really ranked that
They're
level.
getting 400 yards.
They might have been up, recently, but in that game, PFF gave him 29th, I believe. It
Jeez.
was terrible.
Second half was they have.
I think the Bengals could go far. I think they don't want to match up against I don't think they want to play the Bills
New England.
or New
Oh,
England.
Bills
And
or
that's
Patriots.
it.
Yep, I would say the Bills or the Patriots. Do not want to play them.
They don't want to play the Chargers again too, because we saw what the Chargers came in and did for them.
I would play the Bills, honestly, because if you force Josh Allen to just stay in the pocket, he's not going to beat you with your arm this season. He has to run. Their run game goes through Josh Allen. If they have no run game, they don't win.
I mean, listen,
I mean,
never had-
Singletary's look better.
Bills never had a run game.
I do
Yeah,
think
Josh Allen is their run game. Is what I'm saying. You
I think
take
they-
away his ability to escape the pocket. they lose.
I think you
It's
can
apparent.
still have some fun.
It's apparent in every game that they've lost this season. Even their near comeback went. Well, I can't really say comeback against the Tampa Bay Bucks, but even in the Bucks comeback win against the Bills, he was still scrambling and keeping them in that game. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have the opportunity to.
I think because he's made a couple mistakes this season and a little bit last season when it comes to him throwing the football. I think people have been too harsh on him. I think he is one of the better throwers of the football in the league. I think when we talk about some of the top throwers, you have to put his name up there.
Just listen to these stats for Bills rushing. Devin Singletary played all season, only 50 rush yards a game.
That's bad.
Josh Allen is second at 43.8 rush yards a game. It's not like Lamar, but he is their run game.
I mean, but look at their receiving numbers, the receiving stats as well. I mean, you got to remember early off in the season, Stephon Diggs was going off week after week. Cole Beasley not going off, but he was averaging 60 yards for a couple weeks as well. You have to remember he can still throw the football, regardless of how many run stats he has. He can still throw the football. I think
they're all dropping it though.
A lot.
Diggs 4, Beasley 4, Sanders 3, Knox 4,
but
Davis 4. His favorite target.
You can't blame that on him.
Devin Singletary 5. But I'm not talking about the receiving game. I'm purely talking about their inability to rush the ball without him.
Okay. Well, listen, I think when you look at the Bills team, I think they don't rely on the run because, like you just said, of him being able to get out of the pocket. But also, if he gets out of the pocket, that's when defenses have to really be on their mark. I mean, they're gonna have a spy on him regardless almost every possession. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because of his ability to get out of the pocket and because of his ability to make a 15-yard sack, a 15-yard rush. Like, I mean,
also he's just stupid big.
Yeah, he is, and I think he needs to stay in the pocket a little bit more. He's gonna get himself have a short career. All the hits he's been taking. But yeah, I mean, listen, I think Josh Allen can lead a team. I think that defense that the Bills has been one of the most progressed defense from the past 5 years. I mean, they started as terrible to now being one of the top defenses in the league. But yeah, that's all I got for that topic. I'm gonna move on
to the next game
and talk about one of the quick ones that we were talking about this week: Giants and the Bears.
I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah, no.
Good luck next year. Move on.
Yeah, I was saying.
No, we gotta do some justice for the Bears, man. They finally get a big win. We gotta talk about them for at least a minute. We can give them 1 minute, and then we can move on.
They put in Mike Glennon, and he threw for negative 10 yards.
Man, Mike Glennon is bad.
But it's honestly because the Bears stink so much. It's just a tank bowl.
What is this, man? Like, this probably going to be one of the worst games I have ever seen in my life. Why would you match up the Bears and the Giants against each other on week 17?
Because it's just for NFC purposes.
That's garbage.
It's just an exhibition game.
This team is bad. Which one of these teams will be better first?
The Bears.
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 Yeah,
because they're keeping Joe Judge. So I'd honestly take Matt Nagy over Joe Judge.
Well, he's gonna leave.
That's a hard pass for me. I don't think so.
Joe Judge? This is Joe Judge we're talking about.
Nagy is terrible too, man.
That may be so.
He ruined Mitch Trubisky's career.
Mitch wasn't that good to begin with.
Because of Matt Nagy.
He wasn't that good to begin with.
What?
Getting there.
I think he got
drafted in the same class as Mahomes.
Yeah.
And that.
And look at the heck. I mean, look at the coaches that Mahomes had. Look at the coaches that he had.
I'm talking about talent.
let's be fair.
Pure
Okay.
talent.
All right, let's
Mitch
look around.
was garbage.
What did he have
Mitch was
in
not
Chicago?
bad.
What did he have in Chicago? And what? And
Got
look what
Allen Robinson off the start,
who else?
which should have been his
Who else?
blanket.
But who else? That's it. I mean, you have a head coach in Matt Nagy.
I don't know Chicago wide receivers.
So you have a terrible. Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
But what I'm getting at here, their GM literally moved up just to get him and did nothing with him. He gave him 3 receivers of decent caliber, and Mitch could do nothing with them.
I think you have to look at the team. I mean, let's look, like you just said, he came out with Mahomes did, but look at the team Mahomes had. Look at the team that
Mahomes didn't even start his first year.
Exactly. I understand that. But look at the team that he had around him when he did play his second year. And this
he
third
has,
year.
One of the best coaches in the league.
Exactly.
Yep. Andy Reid.
And you compare it to Matt Nagy, who's a pile of garbage, who won't be there after next week. Next week on Monday at 1:00 p.m., he will be fired.
I don't think he'll be fired.
You don't think
Honestly.
so?
I don't think he'll be fired yet.
Really?
I haven't even heard rumors of them starting their coaching search because their trashy GM is still there. You have to get rid of the GM too, because otherwise Matt Nagy's back for another year, and it's already being hinted at that.
There's no way they bring Matt Nagy back. There's no way, in my opinion. There's no way. But if it happens, I mean, I'm not a Bears fan, so I could care less. But I don't want to really rot my brain talking about the Bears or the Giants for another minute. Oh, actually, we can talk about it for one more minute. We think Saquon will have a bounce back season next year?
No.
I'd hope so.
He said
But
no.
they should take their draft capital and their ungodly amount of cap space and get it in line.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes will be back though.
He will. So is Danny Dimes
a healthy Danny Dimes?
Is he
a
better
healthy
than
Danny
Mitch?
Dimes with a good yes. So why is that even a question? Are they both mid quarterbacks?
Mid?
Yeah.
He's saying they're mid?
They're both mid.
I think they're below mid.
You don't like
Mitch is
Daniel
below
Jones,
mid.
Davion?
Mitch is below mid.
Let me say something.
Wait, Davion, wasn't you just saying he was just like,
let me finish.
good
I like
things about Daniel?
I like both of them, but I don't think they are mid. I think they're maybe 17 and 18. They're a little bit below average to me.
Danny Dimes. I will
Daniel
defend.
Jones
I
has
will
the best
defend Danny
year
Dimes
he's had this year, and he's been hurt half the time.
with
Yeah,
running for his life,
Yes.
running for his proverbial life.
Listen, I think there's going to be a lot of trades that happen this offseason.
Give Vanilla Vic another chance, dog.
Vanilla Vic. Okay. I don't think he's that good whatsoever with that nickname.
I'm
What?
just praising his rushing ability, you know.
Out of 10, I'd say they're like a 6.
I mean, aside from him getting eaten by the turf monster just about every other game.
Yeah. I mean,
When he was healthy.
Mike Leonard runs better than him. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
Next
Mike
game
Leonard
we're gonna move on and talk about is
that's good.
the Bills and the Falcons. I think we knew what was gonna happen coming into this game.
Falcons got screwed by ref ball. They should have won.
What?
The Bills gave them way too many opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, even though they did win by 14 points for one, and then for two, what's the kid's name? Josh Allen threw 3 picks. He did not look good.
So I'm
Oh
saying
my gosh.
too many opportunities.
That's true.
Not look. I mean, they still didn't capitalize on him. So I
Oh,
guess
Not Matt Ryan.
Ref literally
So,
took a. I'm still over the taunting calls.
oh,
they're
I'm over
so
taunting.
trash.
It's so dumb. It's just dumb. I mean, we're saying that he threw 4 picks, but it was snowing. So I think we need to stop being hard.
And
What do you mean?
where did he go to school? Where did Josh Allen go to school? Please tell me.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah, good point.
Shit's cold and snowy.
Is it?
He's
No.
used to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Did they play in a dome?
No,
no, they
They
played
were-
outside. They're outside.
yeah, they played
They're
outside.
100% outside, or 90% outside.
That I think had a dome. I don't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple picks that he threw that just weren't good, but at the same time, they still won. That's all that matters. I think coming into this game, this is one of those games where it's like, oh, I don't have to play I don't have to play my best for one, and for two of the picks were like tipped at the line, so that's like not much you can really do about that.
Still a pick though.
Once again,
I'm not saying it's not.
Once again, Bills need to start running the ball more.
This is true. I do agree with that statement. They've always
Goes back to my previous argument of their lack of a run game without him.
Yeah, I mean, Singletary went 110 yards, 2 touchdowns this week, though.
Best game in a while.
Yes. I ain't never seen.
Well, Josh Allen did have 81 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. So
30 yards behind his leading rushing teammate.
I mean, when it's cold outside, you have to just pick that ball down and keep going.
Yeah, when you throw 3 picks.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's bad.
I don't know. I think they do need to look. I'm gonna help your argument. I think they do need to expand their horizons when it comes to rushing the football.
And Sean McDermott should take more responsibility for his lapses in coaching ability.
Yeah. Even though you went by 14 points against the Falcons.
It's the Falcons.
With 3
Expect
turnovers.
it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just that's like saying, you know what? No, I don't have a point there. You got it. I don't have a point there.
Yeah, I get.
But yes, Matt Ryan did. Oh no, something's frozen. Hello,
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan, but at the same time, this team is just. Oh, question for the Falcons. I mean, should they start investing into their young players and focus on rebuilding, or should they continue to do what a lot of teams in the football and the NFL are doing? It's just throwing just one player and every other season just to act like they're good.
They can't do much yet until they get rid of Matt Ryan's contract.
Also, I heard Calvin Ridley's on the fence with staying with Atlanta.
Oh, really?
He still hasn't returned from his hiatus.
Well,
Yeah,
I think no one
he just
thought he was
came
gonna
out
come
today
back
and
tonight.
said he's like debating on like leaving. Good for him though, if he leaves.
Just want to put this out here. With Matt Ryan's contract, he's still getting paid nearly $12 million next season, guaranteed.
Oh, for sure. Yes. So I mean, there's so much.
His
money.
original, his cap hits or his dead cap for 2021 was $26 million.
Oh my goodness.
His cap hit for 2022 is $48.6 million, and 2023 $43.6 million.
Listen, if I'm Matt Ryan,
With the restructure available of around $13.5 million.
if I'm Matt Ryan, I am staying and collecting that bag next season, and then I'm retiring after that.
Because the base salary is 20.5.
I mean, he's making a lot of money.
And he's 38. He's 36 right now. By the time he gets an unrestricted free agent, he'll be 39.
I think he retires before then.
After collecting $117 million.
I think he retires before then. I think he retires either this season
I don't think he retires.
or next.
He hasn't had too big of a drop off yet. It's not like he's big.
Well, it's not him. But why do you want to just sit there and take body shots all season long in Atlanta?
It'll have to be based on their O-line moves.
I think they have to prioritize that and prioritize what's next for them at the quarterback position, because I think
I still can't believe they gave him $100 million guaranteed.
I mean, didn't he? Guaranteed?
Yeah, $100 million of it was guaranteed. That's why he's getting basically $80 million in cap hits within the next 2 seasons.
I mean, he knew what he wanted and he did exactly what he needed. So he collected that bag.
And whoever designed his contract really screwed the Falcons.
He got his agents
they were
and his
lucky.
lawyers in that room, man, and he was like, "Let's get it."
I think he's part of Paul Rosenberg Sports, but they were lucky to even get out of the Julio Jones contract.
Yeah, they were, because Julio was taking what, 15 to 20.
He was taking $23 million a year.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, we're gonna move on and talk about the 49ers and the Texans.
All these boring games.
Shout out Trey Lance, made it exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
Trey Lance made it exciting. If it was Garoppolo, that would have been a non-watch, but Trey Lance made it digestible.
Do we think he's gonna start for them next season?
If Garoppolo leaves, but he more likely won't because of his relationship with the head coach.
Yeah, Garoppolo's not leaving.
No,
They don't want to get rid of their pretty boy,
I think he's leaving.
He is a pretty boy.
especially if he keeps
Or they
playing
just bench him.
mediocre. If he keeps playing mediocre, they'll keep him.
They'll bench him, Matt.
They could bench him for Trey Lance. They're not going to give him any more chances to be good.
I think he can be a starting quarterback for at least 5 teams in this league.
Absolutely,
else.
but they're not going to let him go either.
I think they
Yeah.
have to.
They're not going to willingly let him go.
I think with a run with a number two, I mean, I think this season what it was we're gonna build trade power through Garoppolo, and then we're gonna trade him this
Oh my
offseason.
goodness, I forgot they paid this man too.
I think he's gone.
So
after this season.
when he signed, it was a 5-year, $137 million contract with
Mhm.
$74 million guaranteed. His cap hit for next season, his cap hit this season is $26 million, but his cap hit next season is only 1.4. So it's not worth moving him, not yet.
We'll see.
He's not. They don't have to pay him enough. They don't have to pay him a lot next year.
Davion just saying that because he wanted him on the Saints.
No, I don't. Not at all. I mean, the Saints can get him with only $1 million cap hit next season. That would be lovely. But
Breaking news, I guess. AB just broke his silence, released a statement.
really,
Nice.
I see it.
Ankle.
oh, it said Bucks. He said this is a very short one. He said Bucks tried to force me to play through injury.
Apparently, I read it a little bit, and it basically said like it was almost like the bone was like you could see it through the skin. That's how painful it was.
Now
What
we
did
do
he
know
injure again?
his ankle, but we do know Brown does have a really high pain tolerance. I think that's been noted before. But yeah, just thought I'd bring that up while we were in a low zone real quick.
He said, I'm just going to read a couple. I'm going to jump through the article real quick. He said, once surgery is complete, I'll be back to 100%. Looking forward to the next season. Business is going to be booming. All right. One thing before I continue with that. Why not just wait? Why not just wait until the end of the game?
This is Antonio Brown we're talking about. He's looking for the most eccentric way out of it.
You think Odell's a drama queen?
I think he's worse than Odell. Yeah.
Brown was the OG diva, not drama queen, diva. Odell just took notes and did it better.
I'm gonna read a couple quick snippets from it. He goes, first of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Bucks fans and my teammates. The Bucks helped me return to productive football after I had difficulties that could have ended my career. We worked together to resolve those difficulties, and I will always appreciate that. Being a part of the Super Bowl champion team and then contending is a dream come true. I make mistakes. I'm working on myself, and I have positive influence around me. But one thing I don't shy away from is playing hard on the field. No one can accuse me of not giving it my all every play.
That's fair. I agree with that statement.
And then he went on talked about his ankle. He said he was shouted at, "You're done," while he ran his finger across my throat. Coach told me that if I didn't play hurt, then I'd be done as a Buck. I didn't quit. I was cut. I didn't walk away from my brothers. I was thrown out. Being fired on the sideline for having a painful injury was bad enough. Then came their spin. Coach denied on national TV that he knew about my injury, which is 100% inaccurate. Not only did he know I missed several games with this injury, he and I exchanged texts days before the game, where I clarified knowledge of my injury. Oof.
I kind of want to side with Arians because I like him as a coach, but
Really?
this is also Brown we're talking about, and he damn near doesn't lie.
I was just gonna
He's
say
very
there's
straightforward.
nothing to lie about when it comes to this situation. I'm on damn near. I'd say it. Am I gonna say it?
He's clearing his name.
I'm on Antonio's Brown team.
I'm going to side with Brown, but I'm also like too hesitant to fully jump towards it because I do have a positive opinion of Bruce Arians.
Okay, two things. I think I'm going to side with him, but I think the way he handled it was not right.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
you go into the lot. If you don't play for this game, you don't. If you don't play, you just stand on the sideline. You don't play. I get it. That's life.
But they did apparently they did ask him to go in like twice or something like that.
They asked him to go into the locker room.
No, ask him to get back into the game.
Oh, I know that. I know that. Yes, I know that. But at the same time, you cannot just what he did on the on-field antics and the way he left was just not it. Yes, he is a diva and a drama queen, but there's no way and there's no reason for you to put on a show and a front like that in front of millions of people watching at home and the tens of thousands that were in that stadium and make a fool of yourself and of your football team. I think that's just not the way you handle business. Hearing this statement from Brown, do we think he comes back to a team next season?
He will be picked up by somebody. Somebody's going to need a wide receiver. And there's no legal issues with this time. Unless he's put on a commissioner's exempt list, he's going to play again.
No.
Well,
because they're going to have to. So what I was going to mention earlier, they're going to have to do some sort of grievance because the Bucs are going to have to see in his contract or in the clauses of players and the association and the CBAs, because they'll probably say like exemption or something, or the same thing that got Urban Meyer fired, which was clauses and causes and whatever.
Yeah.
But that's just gonna save the money on the back end. That's why he's still on a roster, and so he doesn't go to any other team this season. Either way, if he doesn't play this season, he's probably gonna play next season.
I think he's done for this season. He's going for surgery, ankle surgery.
Yeah.
So,
but being picked up by a playoff team, he still could be back for like a championship game, just not at 100%, obviously.
I think there's no way on this planet they allow that. I mean, and I think that's
why they haven't cut him.
Yeah,
because they still have rights to him.
Yeah. Last note on the 49ers. Do we think they are a contender, a playoff team contender? Like they can really produce something good?
They've survived the NFC West. I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, wait, they have the Rams this week.
They do.
Yeah, but that's how important is that game though? Let's be honest.
Very. They're still in the hunt. I mean, they lose, then the Saints win, then the Saints get that spot and they get kicked out.
That'll be interesting. I don't know. I said this earlier. I thought the Niners are going to be like the sleeper of the playoffs if they make it in, because I thought they were very, very underrated.
Yeah.
So.
And is this with Trey Lance or Jimmy G starting?
Either one. I think Trey Lance are better though.
Really?
Yeah, because that's perfect for what's the coach's name again?
Shanahan.
Yeah,
Shanahan. Yeah.
He needs a mobile QB to have like the perfect offense for him.
Yeah, he does.
So, but I don't think they'll put Trey Lance in the playoffs, especially because
he's young.
Literally, that's going to be one of his first starting games, and you put him in like the highest, one of the biggest games of the year. So
I mean, unless Jimmy G's pinky, is it pinky hand?
What?
It's his hand that he was out this past week for.
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
Unless his hand doesn't look good or something happens, then I think he's what's the word I want to say? I think he'll stay in. But yeah. Moving on, Broncos, Chargers, another really good, well, not really good game, but good game for, my boy, Mr. Herb, Big Herb, Justin.
Denver Broncos are frauds.
They are frauds. You know, they remind me of
Who?
the Washington football team. Bunch of frauds.
The football team really didn't expect anything from them.
I did. I mean, they were getting hot at the right time, so I guess not.
No, I never thought they were good, even in the hot streak.
I forgot Drew's playing. Drew Lock.
Yeah,
He got
Mr.
hurt,
Lot,
too.
because
Teddy
Bridgewater.
got messed up, lit up.
I feel so bad for Teddy.
He should have stayed for the Saints.
He's like an eternal bridge QB. Like, we root for him, and then he gets screwed over, and then someone else behind him does better.
Well, okay, relax. Drew Lock didn't do better.
We're not talking about Drew Lock, though. I'm saying it prior to that.
What are we
And
talking about?
Panthers are just bad. So.
Oh, you're
just
talking about
Yeah.
Carolina.
But I'm saying, like, he was there before Herbert. He was there
Yeah.
before who
Yeah,
else
he
am I
was.
thinking of? I'm blanking out right now. I'm tired, but still, he's set up for some young QBs to find their way.
Yeah, I think I think Saints should have kept him. I think we'd be in a better spot with him than with Jameis.
Yep.
But that didn't happen. That's just irrelevant at this point of me saying.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. What game are we on?
Broncos and the Chargers.
Broncos.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
We just rambling all over the place, I see.
well, no, we got some breaking news, so we have to cover that, and then now we are talking about the Chargers. How far can the Chargers generally go?
Championship game.
No.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
that's fair. That's fair.
Mm-mm.
That's their ceiling.
Wow.
I'm saying that's their ceiling.
That's their ceiling, though. They're not going to make the Super Bowl.
Huh.
There's only 3 teams in the AFC that are capable of fighting an NFC team right now.
And it's probably like Chiefs, Patriots. Would you say Buffalo?
Not the Chiefs from last year.
I think the Chiefs can get beat by the
I'm-
Chargers and the Bengals.
Well,
again.
Yeah.
Chargers
Yeah.
have been Chiefs' kryptonite. Like, they've been real close in every game. It's just the power of Herbert. But yes, I do agree. Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, and Titans are the toss-up. Like, you can go either way, and you really can't be wrong with either one.
Yeah.
I would say Patriots
Oh
or
yeah.
Titans.
Another word missing. I don't know. I listen. I think the Chargers have to get business done on Sunday night against the Raiders. We'll probably 100% be watching that game on Sunday night. But it's just
Ain't
gonna
doing
be.
anything Sunday night, man? Oh, we'll talk about it later. Never mind.
We'll be watching the game at my house.
I hope I can
Uh,
watch it. We'll see if I can.
Yeah, but is there any Monday night games next week? No.
No, that's it.
I thought we had a full slate.
No, Saturday games they get Saturday games, 2 Saturday games, and then full 1 o'clock, and then
All
Sunday night.
Saturday. Oh yeah, doubleheader and then doubleheader.
What a final week of football, huh? What a final week of football.
No, we have a Monday game.
No, we
To
don't.
start the start of wild card round.
On Monday night.
That's
No.
that's
wait,
the
next
Monday
week.
game?
That's
Never
the
mind.
next.
Never
That'll be
mind.
the next.
Never
Never
mind.
mind. I
way.
scrolled too far. Scroll too far.
Yeah.
Scared me. I was like, what? Already? Come off the bus the next morning? Already got to play?
Come off the bus, go to a different stadium.
It's crazy. Yes. I'm sorry, I just went completely blank just now. Yeah, Broncos season's over. I hate that every season that I have to say this, but they need a reliable quarterback, and that's something that they just can't produce right now.
I mean, they gave away Von Miller, so they do have draft picks now.
Yeah.
So they're kind of in a rebuild mode again, or are in a rebuild mode. Not again, but I think they just need to start rebuilding. So that's really it.
Yeah. They need to start at, base level 1, and just go from there. But another game we're going to talk about is the Saints and the Panthers.
Matt versus Davion.
I don't want to
Well,
make it
Freddie
about us.
versus Davion really because Matt he gave up on the Panthers a couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks, about a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
You're out of the playoffs. What's the point?
You gave up on your team, Matthew.
Freddie still was a Panthers to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak. I don't know. A couple weeks ago, I was thinking I don't really want to see the Saints in the playoffs because I just don't want to see us get first rounded. And I still stand by that. But thinking about it, the Saints defense has played phenomenal these past 2 weeks. And I'm expecting for them to have a good showing this week against Atlanta. I don't know where Taysom is. I don't know, I don't know what our plan is for the future. I think our offense has been so limited this season that the Saints really need to work on that this offense. I think we need to work on getting a quarterback, yes, and receivers. I think Michael Thomas should be looked at to be traded.
I agree with that statement.
If we can get some equity from him, whether it's drafts, because you can get a receiver from anywhere. If you can scout the right receiver, you can get one from anywhere. But I think Michael Thomas has done one thing for the Saints in this past season, and that's been a cap hit. But yeah, that's my statement for today when it comes to the Saints.
Saints, I when they played the Dolphins, I was just like, I'm so sorry, Ian. I'm so sorry.
You got
I had to do them like that.
I think the Saints, as a unit, as a team, whenever we're all healthy and everything is copacetic, I think we are a good football team. I think it's going to be down to Taysom making quarterback decisions instead of running back decisions. And if that can be fixed and if that can be better, then I think we will look like a good football team in the playoffs if we make the playoffs. Carolina, are y'all what's going on there? Any firings gonna happen? Any trades?
Matt
Rule should stay.
I think they give Matt Rule another year.
I agree.
Unless something tragic or chaotic happens.
Shout out Tepper is setting up for trying to be successful, but he has to be a little patient.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like I've said this in previous podcasts, I think he's just not patient enough. Because obviously, I never thought the Panthers were gonna be like good or like good. Like I still thought they were gonna be bad. And like in a couple years, if they have like a healthy team, and if McCaffrey's on the team or not, who knows? They could be decent. But I think, it's just rebuild again. Hopefully they just draft an O-lineman. The guy from Alabama is what I want them to get. And who knows what they do at QB. Maybe they try to go for Watson again, but I doubt it. So
I think Tepper, like y'all just said, I think he's put into the mind of all the sports teams that he owned that he's ready to win now. But with the Carolina Panthers, that's just not where they are as a football team. I think they are a identity. They are a team with young aspirations. They're a team that needs 2 to 3 seasons to work their way up from being bad to good. I think this is how you know that Tepper is very keen on winning now. He signed a 31, 32-year-old Stephon Gilmore. Not saying it was a bad signing, but they signed him. With the will
traded for him.
Yes, traded for him. Thinking that he was gonna completely revamp their defense and completely get them over that hump. The added leadership from him, yes, that's good, but at the same time, that's just not a good fit for him.
Well, he actually was doing, like, when he played, he was doing really well.
Sure.
He's been very good for them. But it's just like, I think the problem is their offense is so bad that it doesn't matter.
At least y'all got him for, like, a bag of chips and a drink from us.
Yeah. So, and the Panthers do have a good amount of salary cap this year. The question is, what are they going to do with it? Who are they going to sign back? Who are they going to sign? Like, who knows?
Man, these off-season podcasts are gonna be some fun. They are gonna
that'll be funny.
be a lot of fun, a lot of moving. I'm very excited for free agency day. That's my favorite day of the year. Favorite day. But we're gonna move on and talk about the Seahawks and the Lions. Let's say hi and bye. No.
Seahawks return to their offensive form against one of the worst defenses in the league, but it's
crap.
too little too late.
They put
And it's
51 up.
also rumored to be either Wilson or Pete Carroll's last game in Seattle if they can't figure their stuff out.
So we've been saying that. We've been
Trust me.
saying one of them's gonna have to go.
They need to do full rebuild.
Maybe both. I think both has to go. I think you say goodbye to both and you bring in a young quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, a young head coach. And you let Geno rock it out next year and see where it goes from there. And then you as a coach, and then you get a young coach in, and you feel like you let him feel out what he wants to do in this rebuilding phase for the next 4 seasons, to the 4 seasons. And then once you go from there, I think it's just the sky's the limit. But until then, they're going to be bad.
Yeah.
Where's Wilson going? We all know where Pete Carroll's going. It's a retirement home. But where's Wilson going?
I like Chicago would be an interesting one.
It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere that's big market because it's.
What about Justin Fields?
Oh, I forgot. Whoops.
What
Sorry.
are you doing?
Scratch that.
I feel like
maybe they trade Justin Fields.
They trade Justin Fields.
If you could get Russell Wilson right now,
I'd do that.
I would.
Wow. I mean,
yeah, and crazy as it sounds, right?
Where was Justin Fields at? Ohio State, right?
Yes, Ohio State.
It won't be too bad for the cold, huh?
Nope, not at all.
Listen, I don't know. I think they trade him to New Orleans.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Honestly, I just want a quarterback. That's all. I want a sustainable quarterback that's good at their jobs. That's it. That's all I want. But that St. Brown kid for the Lions is potential to be really good in this football league. He has sparked.
St. Brown. Oh my God.
He's sparked for this past 2 weeks.
Fantasy
3
savior.
Weeks. Oh, he won me my championship. 100% did. Not gonna lie. 32 points.
But of the Lions, I so much approve of Motor City Dan Campbell. He is a great head coach.
100%.
Bought into the program, brought everybody with him. DeAndre Swift is an up-and-coming running back as well. But the only problem remains is Jared Goff.
Oh, Jared Goff. How much we love him. So what is they going to do at the quarterback position? Where do you go?
They might draft one because they have 2 first-rounders. So they have the Rams first-rounders. So maybe they do draft a QB with that second first-round pick.
You draft one and wait, or you draft one and start?
Wait, because I don't know. I just don't like this draft class. There's not really maybe there's 2 guys that are potential starters right now, but it's I don't know.
And who's that?
The Pitt guy.
Corral, maybe?
Didn't he hurt himself?
It was an ankle sprain, nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. That's rough,
Malik
though.
Wilkins.
Where's he play?
I forget.
Cincinnati?
No, with Liberty.
Oh, Liberty? Yes, he's a pretty good QB.
Liberty? Who does Liberty play every season?
No, but he's actually been really, really good.
No. out. Just literally. No. Genuinely a
What's
good QB in Liberty.
What's his name?
What?
The guy's name.
Malik
Wilkins?
Yeah,
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis?
Yeah.
Malik Willis. Oh, yeah, that is right. I've seen his physique before. Let's look at these stats this season.
The current QB draft class is Corral, Howell, Pickett, Ritter, Strong, and Willis. And then the best of the rest of the class. But those are the top 6. If I were anybody, I'd probably pick.
The best are going to be probably Pickett and Corral.
Yeah. Kuiper has him at number 23 overall.
Yeah, but like I would be shocked if one of these guys go in the top 10.
Oh no, there's no way any of these guys are in the
But
top
like
10.
that could happen though, which is
Of course.
weird.
So looking at
Everybody
this
else
kid.
already has their franchise QBs though. Supposed franchise QBs.
Not the Panthers.
Well, not the Panthers, but I'm saying most everybody else.
They lost to Army. Liberty lost to Army.
They did
Here,
lose
let me see
Army,
the
which is
draft.
kind of
He
embarrassing.
went 50% though.
'Cause
305.
you got Houston, Detroit, New York,
So
New
Detroit
York.
gets a QB, but not at 2.
Yeah,
No way at 2. Jets, Giants, no. Washington would be interesting.
Washington would be interesting. Houston would be interesting.
Atlanta could be interesting too, but I don't know.
This Willis dude, he grew up in Atlanta. Also, he threw. Okay, so I know when it comes to quarterbacks, I think we like to look at them play against team in the SEC. So they played Ole Miss this season. This Willis, Malik Willis,
Mm-hmm.
he threw 3 picks.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what you should go off of, but
How did
Like-
Mr. Coral do against Liberty's defense?
Yeah, Matt.
let's go. look
Mr.
at that
Matt
game.
Corral.
He probably.
I
He
mean-
torched them. He gave them.
I feel like there'll be late first rounders, early second round draft picks for those top QBs. So
Especially Sam Howell. Howell's not that good.
Howell's gonna go in like the
Tough-
3rd or 4th.
Tough runner. He kind of reminds me of Josh Allen, but
Baker kind of.
not that good. It's not
Baker
as
when he
polarizing
ran.
as Baker.
Baker when he ran. Baker.
Yeah, because Baker ran tough until he fucked up his shoulder.
Corral was 20 for 27, 24, 1 tub.
Ooh. Jackson Smith and Jigba coughed for more yards than he threw. That's hilarious.
It is Liberty though. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, the next game we're gonna talk about. Wow, we are just sitting here setting time on fire. Cardinals and the Cowboys. Let's speed through these last 2. Upset.
Cowboys,
Upset. Maybe.
Cowboys just need to step it up. That's really it. I mean,
I did say that the Cardinals were gonna win this game. Did I?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Elijah? He might be asleep. He might be gone. No, I think I did say that Cardinals. I do remember I said that if the Cardinals win this game, I think you should really keep an eye out for them because they are a team that should not be slept on. Based off this, I think Dallas has the most question marks on their back after this
It's
game.
been slept on for me.
Who, the Cardinals?
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't see them making it.
I mean, Dak didn't play terribly.
He didn't play well either.
No, he did have 3 passes TDs.
And really wasn't enough. And then Mike McCarthy's poor time management.
I mean, we saw Mike McCarthy just not being a good head coach. I mean,
I'm glad we got rid of him.
yeah, see, there you go. I mean,
Mike
now you can-
McCarthy cannot do anything without high class talent.
yeah.
But when he has the talent, boy, does he manage a game.
Okay, I got a quick question, y'all. How does Dak Prescott have more rushing yards than both of their starting running backs?
Because their run defense is good, except for containing QBs,
Yeah,
which has been known all season.
I mean, Dak had 20 passing yards. But I mean running yards. Ezekiel Elliott had 16 on 9 carries, and then Tony Pollard had 9 on 3 carries. They're trash. Zeke's done. He's trash, in my opinion. No substance, just opinion. But yeah, we're gonna speed to these final 2 games. Packers and the Vikings.
Typical. Didn't watch.
Yeah, nothing new. Vikings had a 3rd string QB or 2nd string QB.
Oh,
so
did you
it's
hear
like-
their
They,
head coach?
they,
said?
yeah, they played the 3rd QB, Sean Mannion.
Did you hear
Yep.
their head
Oh
coach
yeah,
said?
Bond didn't even
Oh my
play.
goodness, he was dragged last week. They like that. I think the media asked him in their interview was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna ask Zimmer about Mon." He was like, "I know the guy. I see him every day." That means he's not coming back. Like that, I mean, he played that bad. He's just not coming back, I guess. Yeah, sucks to be him. But yeah, Packers. So we were saying that they are the team to beat at this point.
They are the team. They are indeed the team to beat. Rodgers is doing well or great. They have their dual QB set up or dual running back set up because, as I was going to mention earlier, you have your main running back in Aaron Jones and you have your closer in AJ Dillon.
Yep.
You don't have to use Aaron Jones the entire game and wear him down. You have the option of bringing Dillon in to help you out.
Yeah.
And their defense is elite.
Defense has been playing a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, depends.
I'm very excited to see. I'm so ready for the playoffs, man. Wish they were next week because I think we're going to see a whole bunch of teams surprise a lot of people this season. And that's just that's what I just think is going to happen. And I think we're going to see teams like Arizona really show up in the playoffs. I don't know why. I have no affiliations with Arizona Cardinals, but I just feel like they have something to prove after everyone keeps saying that they're bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But as we're squeaking past a lot of these games, we're gonna jump into the last game. Steelers, Browns. Big Ben's
Baker's
probably
awful.
final. Yeah, well, that's a given.
It is his final game.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh. I have a stat line right here I want to read from Baker. In the first half, Baker went 1 of 10, 20 passing yards with 1 pick.
I think he was the first QB to ever throw 10 incompletions in a game, in a row. It's awful.
I thought that was
Baker need to go. Baker need to go.
Not this season. I don't think he goes this season. I think he comes back next year.
Well, they're going to have to extend him, right?
No, he has
this
one.
Was, I thought this was a contract year.
No, next year's his contract year. I read it last week, actually. Next week is his contract year. And I think he's done after that if he doesn't perform like a god next week.
Where are we in the Baker cycle?
It's last year.
That's a great point.
Are we at play like garbage right now? I think.
Trash.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Then you're not understanding what I'm talking about.
Probably not.
No, I know what he's talking about. The Baker cycle.
So the Baker cycle.
Hilarious. Oh, I got it now. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Even though he's not going to play in his last game, should he come out hot next season? I think he should come out hot next season.
Should he or will he?
I think that. Yeah, I think he will too.
I can't wait. I'm already looking forward to next season. I want to see the schedule.
I don't think so. I don't think he'll come out hot. I mean, that AFC North is North, right? North.
Yes, AFC North.
They're so good. All 4 of those teams are so good. That is that I think it's going to be a little bit harder to see Baker come out. There's a moment of silence for Big Ben, I guess.
Okay. Anything else?
Wow. The Packers, it's going to be great seeing the Packers lose in the second round.
Sound good.
I'm so excited. But no, I think that's it, man. Brown season's done. I think Steelers season's done as well. These guys just aren't. These 2 teams have. Who will be better? Okay, last question. Who will be better out of these 2 teams first?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Their defense is still good as hell. You can't deny it. With TJ Watt too.
TJ Watt is playing out of his mind. Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He'll win that. Is he? What does he need? 1 sack to break the record?
Yeah, 1 sack. 1 sack.
Okay.
Because he had 3 last night.
Was he tied with Strahan?
What does he have? 22 and a half?
Think so.
Right.
Well, you remember what Brett Favre did for Strahan? They called a dead play on the last play of the.
Yeah. Well, also he's going against Villanueva, so he's going to get like 4 sacks.
Watt blew up Baker. He has 21 and a half sacks, right? One behind Strahan's 22 and a half.
Wow. They play.
And he
Steelers play
missed
who?
several games.
They play
Steelers-
Baltimore.
They play Baltimore.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy? Is it though?
Easy.
They have one of the worst. Okay, Andre Villanueva is that his name. He's been awful for them, like horrible, and they for some reason keep putting him up against T.J. Watt, and I think he had like 2 or 3 sacks against them last time they played.
Yep. He had 3 sacks in their last meeting.
Well, I hope he gets it, man. He deserves it. He's had a
He
Hall
will
of
get
Fame MVP on defense here.
You know, I just thought about it's been a real quiet. I can't speak English. Real quiet Aaron Donald year.
It's always though.
Yeah,
it's
he's not a stat
Mhm.
eater. He just puts. He just.
No, I'm
just-
saying quiet in the terms like he hasn't been really affecting games that season this much this season.
Oh,
Well, yeah, when you're
I've-
getting triple teamed every play.
I'm gonna say I've seen a couple games. He's just unbelievable.
He's either getting doubled or tripled.
hmm We watched
Yeah.
the Cardinals game at my house, and he was being doubled every play, and the amount of holding calls that they got because of that was just drastic. I mean, he's just a tank, and yeah, he's just really good. I personally don't like him, but that's irrelevant at this point in my life. So we're gonna move on and talk about Week 18 very quickly. It's been a long one today. Elijah,
Yes.
you wanna hit us off with
Prediction table. Okay, so Matt dropped. First place is me, 127, 78, 1.
what?
Yeah. I only lost 4 games. Colts, Chiefs, Cowboys, Browns. Matt second, 125, 81. He lost Dolphins, Colts, Chiefs, Lions, Cowboys, Browns.
Oh God, I picked the Browns.
Yeah. We all said Browns.
I remember picking Miami. That was bad.
Yeah. And then Davion, 121, 84, 1. Davion, you lost Colts, Chiefs, Lions, Cowboys, and Browns.
Who the Browns play?
They played the Steelers.
And I picked the Browns. I'm on drugs.
We all did. So
We're dumb.
that's prediction. Then Freddie's out. I'm not counting Freddie. I'm done counting Freddie. Freddie didn't even put in. So
Okay.
that's that. All right, we can start the prediction for Week 18 now.
Week 18. Game 1. Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Easiest pick of the week. Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs as well. Dallas, Philly.
Dallas.
Wait, they could potentially play back to back.
Yes.
That's actually sick.
NFC
give me
East
Dallas.
things.
Give me Dallas.
Me, Dallas, and a grain of salt.
I get Dallas.
Packers, Lions.
Packers.
Packers.
This man kills me. bro.
Packers.
Packers as well.
Bye
Colts.
week.
Colts. Coach Jaguars.
Colts.
Colts.
Come on, Colts.
I would love to take an upset there, but Colts.
Oh, you feeling froggy? Then jump. Football team.
Football.
Giants.
Football team.
Football team.
I'm praying for the Giants, but we'll go Washington.
Washington as well. Bears, Vikings.
Vikings. Cousins is playing.
Cousins is back, so Vikings.
Vikings as well.
Yeah, I'll go Vikings.
Tennessee Titans. The Houston Texans.
Titans, because they want to get the bye week.
Agreed. Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Steelers, Ravens.
Steelers.
See, it's over for Ravens, Steelers.
I'll take the Ravens.
Steelers. Bengals, Browns.
Bengals.
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 I got the Bengals. 49ers, Rams.
Ooh, it's like ooh.
It's a tough one for the
It's gonna
49ers.
be a fun one, isn't it?
I'm gonna
I'm
go.
gonna
I'm gonna go San Fran.
Yeah, I was about to say I got 49ers.
Wow.
And Stafford, I believe.
I got the Rams as well.
Okay.
Panthers, Bucks.
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 Seahawks, Cardinals.
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 Wait.
Wait. Yeah, are they playing their starters?
Question.
What's up?
Well, actually, yeah. Are they playing starters? That's very important.
If they don't play starters, then we can fix that.
So y'all just do this without knowing the lines for the games?
Mm-hmm.
That's
make it more interesting.
That's crazy.
But it installs a little bit of fear in our hearts, you know. Grown men.
Blind prediction.
You're stressed out about it, aren't you?
I'm always stressed because I can't gamble yet, but I'd like to go with the lines.
Oh, I don't mind a nice spread from time to time, but I never bet spread.
I'm gonna look through this after all the predictions. So I'll go Cardinals.
I'm going Cardinals as well. Everybody else said Cardinals?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be playing for seeding regardless.
Yeah. Patriots, Dolphins.
Patriots.
Dolphins
are on a skid. They're frauds.
New England. The Saints, Falcons.
Saints.
Say it with me, y'all.
Falcons.
I was gonna say Falcons, but I'm gonna say Saints.
I'm going to Saints, man. That's so disrespectful. Jets, Bills.
I would pay money to see a Jets upset.
What?
I'll go Bills though. I'm not insane.
And then last game.
The best game.
Chargers. What's that other team?
Raiders.
Raiders. I'm looking at it. I promise I'm looking right at it. Raiders. Who y'all got?
Ooh, this is a tough one.
No, it's not. I got my pick.
How is that not a tough one?
I got my
Of
pick.
course, you're gonna say Herbert. You know he's a Herbert boy, so.
I got my pick.
I do like my boy Herbert. My Oregon.
I'm gonna get it over with because I'm ready to get off.
Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers.
Damn shame.
Chargers by 8.
Nah.
I'll take the Chargers.
All right.
Well, knew it was gonna be a long one. Every team's playing, so they always turn into long games. Episodes. But yeah, thanks for jumping on. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, yeah, that's all I got. I've been your host, Davion.
Eli.
I'm Matt.
And this has oh boy,
almost forgot me.
And this has been the post game.